disclaimer. Pregnancy is beautiful. It is the most beautiful, amazing thing that can happen. Like growing a human and birthing a human and knowing that your body is capable of something like that is a beautiful thing. But it is hard. It is not all cupcakes and rainbows and unicorns, and it is rough. Some of us, and I have a mild case of it, I would say, have to fight tooth and nail to get our babies here. We have to fight our bodies to keep a pregnancy, to continue through a pregnancy, to have a semi-healthy pregnancy. Like, it is hard. And I know this video is probably going to sound like I'm complaining, but I am. Like, I'm growing a human, like a tiny little human. I'm growing it from, nothing to something, and it's hard work. And even though I'm complaining, I am very, 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 very grateful and blessed that I am able to do this, because I know that there are a bunch of women who struggle with infertility, who can't hold pregnancies. I know that, and I'm very grateful, but just so we know, it is not like the movies make it out to be. Like, it is not this beautiful, perfect thing, and you're glowing, and, some people do, and if you are, then you're lucky, but, some of us have to really fight to get our babies here. So I just want to throw that out there before I start talking about. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello and welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I make new videos every week. I want to apologize in advance for me looking kind of rough and maybe talking a little winded. I am currently 20 weeks pregnant today, and pregnancy is definitely taking its toll on me. I'm not feeling the best, but I wanted to film this video, which is going to be my 20-week update. This is my second pregnancy, baby number 2. So a quick recap of my first pregnancy. So with my first pregnancy, I found out at about 7 weeks. It was January 9th or 10th, I think, of 2016 when I found out. I wasn't sick or anything. I'm not really sure what made me take a test, but I just decided to do it, and sure enough, I was pregnant. See, with that pregnancy, I gained about 80 pounds. Scary. I gained 80 pounds. I didn't have a lot of morning sickness. I had what they call the pregnancy hangover. Basically, it felt like I had been taking shots of tequila the night before, and I just had a hangover. Not necessarily like I'm gonna throw up, but just I was tired, I was groggy, I was weak, I felt horrible, and this was throughout my entire pregnancy. Probably starting about like 12 weeks did I have this pregnancy hangover the first time, so that was pretty fun. Sorry if you see like any orange or anything. My son is eating Cheetos today, so mom life, of course. So I gained about 80 pounds in that pregnancy, and I gained most of it right away. Within the first half, I probably gained 40 to 50 pounds. It was pretty rough. I distinctly remember waking up one morning and my pants like no longer fit. Like, I had to go up 3 sizes. It was pretty bad. I gained a lot of weight all over as opposed to like just in my belly. My legs, my butt, my hips, my arms, everything just grew super duper fast with that pregnancy, and then eventually like my belly caught up to it. I did end up going into preterm labor, well, the beginning of preterm labor, at about, I would say, 27 weeks. They stopped it. I was in the hospital for a few days and they finally stopped it, and I actually wasn't able to go to work anymore after that. So I had a bunch of time off before I had baby in that pregnancy. So that pregnancy was pretty rough, but when they say that no two pregnancies are alike, they were right. Anyways, getting into this pregnancy. So, like I said, I am 20 weeks pregnant with baby number 2. Just for the record, we do not know what the gender of this baby is. I did not find out with my first. I thought, you know what, why not find out with this one? I think it made it really fun. It made it, even more worth it at the end. Nicknames for our babies. Since we don't have actual names yet because we don't know the gender, we have nicknames. So my first son, we called him Raptor, like Velociraptor. This baby is going to be baby Groot. So this is part of my Growing Groot series. Yes, Groot as in like the Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy. That is this baby's nickname. And starting at the beginning, I found out I was pregnant this time around in early October. It was probably like October 2nd or 3rd, I'm not sure of the date. Early October, it was actually a friend at work who even brought up me taking a test. She knew that I had been trying and that we'd had a few unsuccessful months of, not getting pregnant. And I wasn't even really thinking about it. I kind of just reached the point where if it happens, it happens. I just knew that I really didn't want to go through pregnancy in the summer again. I mean, I obviously will be some of the summer pregnant this time, but that's okay. So we were actually at work and she just had asked about it, and when she asked, my phone actually went off for a notification like, hey, you should have started your period today. What's the verdict? And it kind of got me thinking, and sure enough, I went home later that day and took a test, and boom, I was pregnant. So I didn't have any symptoms. I was probably only like 3 or 4 weeks along, and we were pregnant. So so my morning sickness this time around started probably about 5-6 weeks. I mean, it was like I woke up one morning and I was sick as a dog. And I didn't have the typical morning sickness. My sickness was all day. It was from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. It would wake me up out of my sleep. It was horrible. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't drink anything. I actually ended up in the hospital for a little bit. Not too long. I was severely dehydrated, so they pumped me full of fluids, gave me some medicine. It didn't work. I'm actually on my 3rd round of medicines to keep the nausea and the morning sickness at bay. The first round did not work at all. It actually made things worse to where I actually ended up in the hospital 12 hours after I had been released for dehydration again. And they gave me a different medicine, and that one actually had been working all right. It was bearable, the morning sickness, like I could work through it. It was still pretty bad, but I mean, I could function somewhat. And then up until my doctor's appointment, that was just this week, we switched to yet a 3rd medicine, and so far that one has actually worked the best. I actually have some energy now. I don't feel nauseous. When it's time to take it again, I do feel nauseous, but throughout the day, I'm pretty good. I don't feel nauseous. I don't feel like I need to throw up. I don't feel bad. I actually have bursts of energy, which is nice when you're this far along. So I have been dealing with the morning sickness for a while. I actually lost a bunch of weight. I'm not sure exactly how much, probably about 10 to 15 pounds in the beginning with the morning sickness, just not being able to keep anything down, eat anything. Like I had no appetite, no cravings for anything. So we're definitely doing a lot better now with the new medicine, which is good. In general, I've been kind of crampy. That is just normal for me. I cramped a lot with my first pregnancy, so I kind of expected to cramp a lot with this one. It hasn't been too unbearable. Nothing like what contractions are, so I think I'm pretty good there. I do have a lot of round ligament pain. I think that this time around I am a lot bigger in my belly. The rest of my body kind of stayed the same. Like, I'm starting to gain weight in other areas now, but nothing compared to like what my first pregnancy was. But I'm starting to gain the weight. I feel like my belly's huge. They were right when they say that every pregnancy is different, and this time around I feel like I blew up like overnight. It just happened. Like, I woke up and none of my shirts fit, none of my work shirts fit. Like, it's kind of obvious now that I'm pregnant and I'm not just like fat. And I've actually had people, oh my gosh, what do you do? Or, oh, you're pregnant, I didn't even know. And then I've also had the rude comments of, oh, you must be ready to pop. Like, no, I'm not. I'm only halfway there. So, something different this time though, and something I've been struggling with probably started probably 2-3 weeks ago, is I have a lot of pain in my butt. Not like pooping pain. It's really gross. It's like tailbone pain. Like, if you sit down for a long extended amount of time and then you go to stand up, you kind of get like that pain in your butt. That's what it feels like. And it's just in that area. I mean, I could sit down for 5 minutes, and then when I stand up, like, it's a struggle. I have to like mentally prepare myself and like take a deep breath to be able to stand up because of this pain. I'm not really sure what it is. I figure it's just pain with pregnancy. It happens. There's not really much that can be done, which kind of sucks. I don't have like exact stats or anything. Like, I don't know my weight now. I don't know like my blood pressure or anything like that. Fun fact, I guess, the baby's heartbeat has been between like 140 and 150 something. So if you have a guess for what baby number 2's gender is going to be, leave it in a comment below. Is the baby bump. I'll take off this vest. Alright, so this is it. This is the baby bump. It feels way bigger to me than my last one at 20 weeks. I couldn't really tell you what it looks like. Excuse my bra. It's kind of gross, but this is it. This is what it looks like. I don't know. I have a bunch of stretch marks still. I probably have a hairy stomach. That's okay. This is real life. But that's it. That is where baby Groot is. As always, thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. If you enjoy these videos, please give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you next week for our next video.